What's going on, everybody? I just turned the cameras off, finishing the downtown shuffle, and now they're back on because we are heading towards the La Jolla Scramble. So it's just going to be kind of a fun in-between video showing a continuation of my drive. So throughout all of the downtown shuffle, I had no disengagements, which was really great. Some throttle application, which, you know, it is what it is. It's getting better. There's a lot going on in downtown San Diego. And it's a beautiful day as we head over to tackle the next challenge in the challenge series, the La Jolla Scramble. Throughout my channel, the Friars Challenge / Gauntlet videos have definitely been the more popular of the challenge series. But on the challenge playlist are the Downtown Shuffle and La Jolla Scramble, because they also have their own unique aspects to challenging the FSD Beta. La Jolla Scramble, if you've never seen it before, has to do with all the roundabouts. A series of 5 roundabouts on the main La Jolla Boulevard, and it's through a series of plaza-style locations where people go to eat, shop, whatever. Lots of traffic, lots of pedestrians, lots of drivers, and I like to put the system through all that chaos for science. And typically we'll set up several waypoints that causes the system to go through a series of the roundabouts, loop around, go through them from different angles, and what we're looking at is how it handles yielding to other drivers, executing the roundabout, you know, how much of the time it spends unnecessarily braking or potentially scaring other drivers, responding to pedestrians, which that has been really quite good, especially if you saw the Downtown Shuffle. It handles the pedestrians really quite well. And it's been the case in the past of the La Jolla Scramble as well, contrary to a lot of the FUD in the media about, you know, the system being dangerous or unsafe around pedestrians or cyclists and such. Not my experience. And I use it quite a bit more than most. But we're cruising through the highway on our way to La Jolla, where this little challenge is, and kind of wanted to just, you know, describe what was happening in the next video and in the previous video and how the system's been performing overall. I've been enjoying it immensely. Customer trips have gotten a lot more reliable and a lot more consistent. There still are quite a few cases where one little issue will cause it to be a failure, whether it's route staging or, you know, involvement with other humans. Typically it's a non-safety concern that involves me taking over when a customer's in the car, because I just don't want to introduce excessive discomfort. You know, I don't want them to feel unsafe in any way riding with me. It's a big responsibility that we all have as users of this software, is to keep society safe and to understand the limitations of FSD Beta. We're approaching now a really weird way of entering the Pacific Beach region. Oh, this is weird. Ooh, this probably isn't going to go well, which gets me excited. Let's see how I handle it. Typically, we would take Grand Avenue or Garnet Street right here, or Garnet Avenue, and ease our way into Pacific Beach. But for some reason, the system is deciding to take us another exit down to Balboa Avenue, looping us through some craziness onto Balboa, and then a right kind of up towards Soledad Mountain Road, and then heading into Pacific Beach, which will make sense to those of you who are from the area or understand San Diego and sound like a bunch of words to people who aren't. But it's a weird way to go. That's kind of my main point there, because we need to get off here. There's a no turn on red up here, which is interesting that in some of my driving I've noticed it's not turning on red. Not to say that it's actually reading it, but I think I do have a voiceover / customer reactions video coming out soon that will actually show this example. We'll see how we go through. We might actually catch this green. Depends. People driving really slow right now. Yeah, no, we're actually going to catch this red. Let's see what happens. Will we disengage because of a no turn on red, or will it listen? Can you actually read the sign, Mew? Because this is typically where we've stopped before. I know right now we've got a pedestrian in front of us, so we'll see if it actually remains stopped. If it's a fluke that we didn't turn on red, I mean, you'll know right away. If this car starts moving, it doesn't see it, but ha, hey, maybe it does. That's exciting. I wish we actually knew. Tesla, send us like a little thing, or put it in our release notes that system sees right on red. Or maybe I've totally missed that, and someone might link it in the comments or to a video that shows it. I've not seen it, but for this particular right turn, it seems to be the case. All right, here we go. Green light. And this time we actually don't need to get out of this lane because we need to do a loop-de-loop here. Marana Boulevard ramp, that's what it's called. This is all kind of new, and the location of it has not really been, or it took a while to update, but it looks like it might finally be updated because we are driving correctly. This was rather recent construction. You can kind of tell with how clean everything still looks. Sometimes these weird lines throw the system off. Let's see. Oh, really good, really good. Cool. I've got a really impatient Hyundai right behind me. It's really frustrating. Moving on up. Oh, interesting. Got a little tricyclist. I think they might be crossing before it affects us. Come on, buddy. You gotta go a little further so we can squeeze in behind you. There we go. Smiley face and all. You know, he's getting a workout. System did a really good job of compensating on the brakes there. Kind of waiting for the cyclist to finish crossing this area. Again, it goes to how well it is doing involving pedestrians and such. It's been a nice breath of fresh air. Alright. Here we go. Getting all the way over, which, oh, is fine for now. Okay. I was going to say, which isn't correct. I'm so used to it not staging properly, but it's fine. We do have a right turn coming up after this light and all, so we'll see. This could be a case where we get blocked, or it might have the initiative to take over or to get us where it needs to. But yeah, you're going to see a line of cars here that could create a problem for turning right onto Soledad Mountain Road. We'll see how it does. I understand, and I had this conversation with a few people in the comments, that sometimes it's better to try to go around cars and around people. But I think that plays a really good example, or sorry, it presents a really good example of the way neural nets work with assigning weights to different decisions or things that it's planning or doing. And if you ask me, from a business standpoint of being an accurate and reliable service, I would weigh more heavily the need to stage ahead of time to make sure you're able to make the proper maneuver coming up, even if it might cost you an extra 30 seconds or a minute or two. I don't really care about the triviality of a couple of minutes of time added if it means it's that much more accurate and reliable. Because look, here we go. We have a lot of cars that are going to block us from getting in. The system's trying. I feel Mew slowing down and trying to find its spot. Here it is. This is the time. This is the time to get over, but go. Way too slow. Way too slow. And now we got a car behind us that's going to block us. And now he's waiting, but we've taken far too long. I don't think... Yeah, nope. We're going to have to just keep on moving. See, there you go. I let it happen. You saw everything. You saw it all unfold. That is why route staging is so important. For me right now, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just by myself, recording for you guys. We're heading to the La Jolla Scramble, and it's really good for science. And that's awesome. And I'm not saying, too, I seem to even be getting under the skin of some, like, really hyper-bullish people that it's like, Tesla's going to solve this problem. It's not that bad. That's not what I'm saying. Calm down. Relax. I'm just saying that right now, it is one of the things that it's not good at. And how do you get better at said things? You find out that it's currently not good at said things, and then iterate on those things to get better. So I hope that makes it really painfully clear why I do criticize it, because I'm coming at this from an experimentation science side. It's good. It's good that we're seeing what's wrong, because then we can help it. We can help Tesla. They can see the data, they can see the videos, they can see the concerns, and make it that much better. So don't get all ruffled. I love all the feedback and the ideas in the comments. Please don't stop commenting. Tell me how I'm wrong, why I'm wrong, where I'm wrong, because a lot of the time I will be, and then I can be less wrong in the future. So I really appreciate that. Your comments will never be, you know, deleted or censored or anything when it comes to correcting me or giving your feedback. I value all of it. I might apply some criticism to it if it's incorrect, but don't let that dissuade you. Sorry for the little rant there. But here we go. We're going to try to take this right onto Lamont Street and see how that goes. This is Pacific Beach, which is another really busy area through San Diego, especially on the weekends, especially for the military. I know when I was in the Navy, the guys would always be wanting to go down to Pacific Beach, the cantina, PB Cantina, the happy hours. Not really my scene, but it is a very poppin' place. Generates a lot of good customer reactions videos. You don't have to get on the brakes that hard. I get you're being cautious, but he wasn't even getting into our lane. Come on now. We're getting close. The La Jolla Scramble takes place just up here on this stretch of road. You can kind of see the little spots where the roundabouts are on the map here. There's quite a few of them. And it's a lot of fun to see how the system does. Come on, Jeep, get on it. There we go. A little left up here on Barrel Street. You know what's funny is it's getting to a point now where there are some zones where I might not have a lot to say, and that's kind of, I would say that's indicative of how good the system's getting. The more boring FSD content gets, it's likely because the system's gotten that much better and there's not as much calamity to get excited about or to lean in on or to get clickbaity with, like, watch it do this crazy thing. It's going to be more and more like, watch FSD boringly drive a person to their destination with no errors at all. Which is good. It's good. It's good. Means we'll just have to get more creative with how we're covering the system and what it can do. Or challenging things like the gauntlet. Alright, sort of a stalemate here in our turning. There we go. And, okay, we actually spun tires there. That is so weird. I could barely hear my left wheel getting some extra friction on the road there and sliding a little bit. I don't understand, because again, we're in average. It even happens in chill mode. Sometimes the system just decides to yeet itself, and it's kind of funny. It did happen in a recent customer reactions video, the thumbnail title being, "She's ready to buy." At the end of that video, the final left turn from the stop sign, you'll see it sort of throw us forward, and she's even like, "What was that?" And I'll be like, yeah, sometimes the system just says, "Let's go." It's kind of weird. It's not very consistent either. Here we go. I recently mentioned in I think it was my discount tire run that it's that pseudo right turn lane thing. We're sort of leaning into it. The system kind of wants to do it, but won't. And likely toward the end of this, you're going to see it sort of jerk left and then go right. So let's see how it behaves. I'll be impressed if it doesn't jerk to the left, which, yeah, this is sloppy. People are starting to come up behind us. Doesn't look like anybody's turning. Oh, never mind. We do have somebody who's going to turn. There we go. There's the swing to the left, as I stated. And to the right. When you do this as much as me, and several others out there, you sort of just know what the system's going to do ahead of time. Alright, this part is usually pretty good. I'm taking up our speed a little bit because, you know, you usually cruise a little faster through here. 50 kilometers an hour is not really that bad. It's about 30 miles an hour. We're about 5 over. And it's always handled this part pretty well. Just kind of gently coming through the residential areas of Pacific Beach. And I think this is about a good time to go ahead and cut it. This video is probably a little longer than it should be anyway. But I appreciate you guys for checking in, and the video following this will of course be the La Jolla Scramble. So I hope you're as excited as me. I'm gonna go ahead and get that filmed, and hopefully it's filled with all sorts of goodies for everyone to enjoy and analyze. So thanks so much for the view, guys, and take care.